Hello, everybody. Welcome to what is our penultimate day of High School Rocket League for Semester 2 or Term 2, whatever you'd like to call it. Should probably use the title above my name, but it is what it is. My name is Formal. Joining me for the first time this term, we have Mendrix. Emperor is off at Comic-Con. Mendrix, he's probably looking up, Marvel stuff, Spider-Man. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad I'm here too. Mind you, I've had my my fun with the Marvel world as well, but feels good to be back in Rocket League, watching everyone jump into the air, some sick aerial plays. Really excited to see what they bring to the table.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, you're coming at the best time. Because we're in the quarterfinals right now. We've gone through the group stages. We've seen the chaos that has been, some of the Div 2 matches as well. It's been a fun season, but now single elim, quarterfinals, best of 5, semifinals following that, and then our third place match to conclude the day. So pretty straightforward. I'm expecting decent play, especially, the later we get. That third place match should be a bit of fun. But Mendrix, it's time.
It is definitely time to talk about our fantastic sponsors. It's going to be AGON by AOC, the gaming monitor partner who provides the best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. Indomie, the noodle partner made with high-quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie Migorain will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au. And last but not least, the AEL in partnership with the Australian government is promoting You've Got No Game When You Vape campaign. Do you know the harms and risks of vaping? For more information, head to health.gov.au/vaping. If you'd like to help quit, check out the My Quit Buddy app. It tracks your progress and helps you stay motivated, or call Quit Line on 13 78 48 and talk to a professional counselor for free and confidential advice about quitting.
Good stuff from all of our sponsors. Again, a big shout out to them, without which we can hold wonderful events such as this one. But that aside, I think it's time to start getting ready to get into this one. Our first match, LCMRT taking on GLC. And it looks as if we have a 2v3, Mendrix.
The man down meta returns, Formal. It's good to see it happen because it's I know Teriyaki have seen play to some pretty good effects in the past, so hoping they can really bridge the gap here, and be interested to see how they handle this slight disadvantage to go straight into the corner, up into the air.
Yeah, I always get nervous in 2v3s for the team of two. It's natural. Granted, in Div 2, we definitely see some moments where it's like, okay, there's still, that one player who can lift a team up and carry them above and beyond. But in Div 1, which is where we are right now, where everyone is sort of like playing at a higher level across the board, it's a lot harder to be in that position in the 2v3 to find your moments. We'll see how it goes. That said, McMinney looks for the double touch, not able to get the opening goal just yet. We'll see, though. It's definitely possible in the 2v3, but difficult.
Oh, it's definitely a hard one. You have so much less room for error. You're constantly keeping that third man back just in case the ball does go farther wide, because you won't have that extra player to really jump in towards that middle or midfield play. So yeah, like you said, it's a lot more difficult. Very possible, but a lot more difficult. And you can immediately see already with LC, they've just got so much control here. The ball is pretty much going to be every single time in the half of LC MRT, but yeah, they still have yet to put one through. That's the big thing for LC. As I say that, cast a curse well and truly. A nice little touch on the side there. Slow ball will make it hard to get that defense in place, and it's just hard to be in position there. You don't have anyone on the back post, anyone on the front post. Teriyaki tries to make it happen, but just not enough speed.
Yeah, I mean, that right there is kind of highlighting one of the points I'm going to get out for the team of two, which is the importance of the first touch by the defense. One of the disadvantages of the 2v3, which you were kind of alluding to, is, yeah, you don't have the next player for the next 50-50 as McMinney finds another goal over the top. So essentially, with that first defensive touch, I'm just steamrolling through this goal. It was boring.
Yeah.
Essentially, what you have, sorry,
I know what you're doing. Don't worry. I know what you're doing.
What you have is you have to put that ball nowhere near any of the attackers, which usually means the safety of the back corner, or if there's a gap, you're actually going for a deep shot. You can't really play up to the middle of the field, never touch the ball center, which is how we kind of saw that last goal come through. It's either corner or shot. And while corner is safer, you're never going to crack the midfield line through it. So realistically, what I'm expecting GLC to be doing is playing through the corner, waiting for LC Mart to make a mistake, which now becomes a lot less likely now that they have a 2-goal lead, and then try to find the deep shot, push one player forward, maybe get someone midfield, see what you can do from there. As I said, it's tough. It's tough.
It makes complete sense, and it's kind of rough because as you mentioned as well, when you get into the corner, you're never going to break the midfield. That corner is a bit of a trap if you don't have that extra player to help really push it on through, and you can sometimes just be stuck there and whittled away as they steal your boost, as they take your resources, and eventually you can be stuck in a bad situation. So you really need to have a fantastic first touch, as you mentioned, to sort of, like you said, get a deep shot and then hopefully capitalize off the mistake afterwards.
Yeah, it's either that or play off the unforced error, which, it gets less and less likely the more goals and the bigger the lead LC Mart gets, because they can afford to take less risks. And I can't blame GLC for sending that one. It looked for the taking. The ball doesn't go through. Missed opportunity for the team in orange. One of the few opportunities they're probably going to find. You can't afford to not connect in those moments.
Yeah, it has to be on point. And I like what they're doing, that thought process, right? Look, another deep shot into the push here. Perhaps get a rebound on the board here. Well played by Silence to keep it up high. Basically shut down any pre-setup that has been put into place here by LC. See, DRX is trying to get it back into the center, but this is the rough point. Having that extra player back every single time means these attacks just get shut down and you just have no real opportunity. Another nice little play here, but the defense still very strong as well by LC.
Yeah, I mean, both teams' defense has actually been relatively solid. This is threatening, though. Backward, second touch. That should have gone in. Ruckus puts it a little bit to the side. Yeah, defenses have been pretty solid. GLC had a couple mistakes. You had that one center touch, and then it was just an aerial off a kickoff. Leads to the open net, fair enough. But I don't know. I'm not doom and gloom on the team of two after this first game. I would like to see them get a goal in this final minute or so just to give me a little bit more confidence in that orange side. But LC Mart, to their credit, they played the exact game they need to. Third goal should be here. Oh, no. Everybody just missing the ball. Double commit on defense. Just tap it in. Thank you kindly. 3-0 lead.
Yeah, this is Rocket League right there at that moment. A bunch of whiffs on the side there. Valiant effort put on through as well by good old GLC, but as you mentioned, LC had the perfect setup there. It was a bit of a scramble, and of course, they're going to come out on top.
So a 3-0 lead starts this series off, and I'm hoping that's not our final series score. We want a little bit of that back and forth, right? But we got to acknowledge the situation now. 2v3, struggling to get a goal. GLC, usually as teams get more settled, they score more, and well, that's what LC MRT is doing.
I feel like they are starting to feel a bit of a group. It's also another thing to note that GC is probably going, you know what, we'll take our foot off the pedal a little bit here. We've probably passed the threshold of being able to make a convincing comeback. It's just so much harder once it's 2 or 3 goals in and you are a player down as well. You kind of really need to capitalize early and then hold a strong defense, really park that bus or the car in this situation after getting some few early goals. And it's still going to be possible, but now you can see LC are really in a good groove. They're getting some nice little plays here. Good little touches there off the back of their air rolls. So the groove is well and truly in play now. I reckon we're going to have to go for the next game for GLC to bring something back to the table.
I mean, that tends to happen when it's a 5-0 lead. I'm just looking at the table right now. This is, for people who know, this is 4th versus 5th seed. LC Mart, the 4th seed. GLC, the 5th seed. Winner of this series will be going on to play LC RLA versus the BDC Blazes. So we'll see how that one plays out. I believe our next match, however, will be the 2 versus 3 seed projected. Another goal, 6-0. Yeah, GLC, they're already mentally in the next game. Yeah,
100%. I think that's also the best way to go about it. Because you can say, oh, you know, every game's got a chance. Everything's got a... When you're this close to Brazil, you might as well just, you know, relax a little bit, talk about the game plan, understand, you know, what do we need to do better next time. And it is going to be just capitalizing on those opportunities that they missed out on last time when they found them. So Oh, I think as well, just practicing, warming up a little bit, because I know that was a great pass that was put through. I think that was done on purpose as well.
It was.
Quietly. Just like, oh, look, I can score the game. I can score this well.
Yeah,
nice little trader tag at the end of that.
I think it has to be on purpose. I mean, why not? Put something in the net, remind yourself how to do it. The elusive double fake. Demo, hold on, Brazil. I think LCMRT want to give him the Brazil, but no! Oh, DX missed it. That's kind of funny. Game number 1. It's going to go to LCMRT.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there we didn't get the Brazil, but at least we did get to see some pretty good signs of life from GLC just in the early portions of the game. So I think they just need to hold a little bit stronger there. It is going to be it's going to be an endurance match for them, well and truly. If they've got the ability to go the mile, they should be able to bring something back, but this is definitely LC's game to take, or LC's round to take.
Yeah, I'm in a similar agreement on that one. It's just kind of the side effect of being the favorite in a 3v2 higher seed. Everything just feels built to be going LCMRT's way. I'm just, again, I'm just taking a look at the table. I'm excited to see who we get in the next semifinals. If the Faith Falcons are that team, we'll see.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just we'll get a chance. Here we go though. LCMRT looking for the opening kickoff. A bit of chaos in front of the net. Nobody able to tap it in. Something both these teams have been struggling with a little bit. When the closer the ball gets to the net, both teams are kind of have this tendency to panic and just throw themselves into the fray. Some structure in front of goal would do both teams well.
Look, after the amount of Rocket League games I've played, when the ball just slows down in front of the net, it's an absolute clown fiesta in every game that I've ever played. I feel like obviously the pros know what to do, but it's also just something that you don't typically see. Normally the ball goes in off a nice big strike. You never really need to have that really fine scalpel-like control in the middle of the goal most of the time, and you need probably another 1,000 games to get into it, or really have some consistent training process to make sure that you're good at it. So I don't blame the players, but I completely agree with you. It gives you such a big advantage in these competition settings.
It definitely does, but right there, see, those are the moments though where it's like, hold on, you kind of need that structure. That was a double commit into the net for 2 LCMRT members. Had GLC been able to find a straighter shot instead of a corner defensive touch, it could be a 1-0 GLC lead. And that's why I'm saying, yeah, structure would probably do these sides good. Okay, MC Mini just didn't want the defender to touch it. That's fair. Keeps it on the attacking half as a result. Now pass down, swing and a miss by the midfield strike. This could be an opening to the net. Mini keeps it in the corner.
Yeah, good movement on the defense to get the correct touch here. This is a dangerous position now for GC. LC's trying to slow it down. Doesn't get the touch that they wanted. They want to get a little pop off the end to make it hard for the defense. And looks like GC managed to stay in this one a little bit longer, but LC continuing up the attack. Nice play there. Great save. That was actually well done. That was a difficult one to actually read from behind the post.
Yeah, this is getting actually, a little bit interesting for LCMRT. They've had opportunities, just haven't been able to put that shot in yet. As we come back to the midfield, we'll see maybe something from Teriyaki. To the backboard, still not through. GLC, the problem is, oh no, that's a risky touch from MC Mini. And it does look like GLC actually wants to take advantage of it. Teriyaki, ball gets behind them. A chance for Silence Bo. If they put this towards the net, it will be threatening. Second touch off the roof. Silence Bo, making it a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, making it look easy as well. Understanding what needed to be done here as well. Nice touch off the backboard. Great control. Makes it very difficult to come back for the defense. Normally, if there's a third player there, they normally are back for that defensive line there, but just, again, capitalizing on that man down makes things difficult here. That's an annoying one to have not go through. Sometimes there's less little touches as you look for the boost can be a bit cheeky and get you off guard, but GC recover well.
Yeah, they're doing fine for themselves as we see another shot into the corner. I mean, GLC just needs that one magic touch, right? And all of a sudden, we got a game again. Of course, this is game 2 of game 1. I do apologize for the overlay. I'm not sure why it didn't update for us. That's silly. Bump. There we go. All right, it's manual. I'm too used to other tools that do it automatically. We're good. We're good.
Nah, it's all good. Teriyaki, though, nice little hit on the side there. Will be easily handled by Silence Bow. And seems to be, again, just when I feel GC is just trying to sort of break this midfield stranglehold that LC have set up here. And it goes back to what you said, right? Just that right touch, that little touch there that gives them a little bit over the edge. It's just so difficult to find here. Teriyaki might find one here. Doesn't get that little hit there as well. Will easily handled by the mini. So that bump was lovely, but was defended well by Teriyaki.
Yeah, that was a big time play from Teriyaki. That almost goes in. Now Silence Boach wants the top pin off the post. I mean, GLC, they're doing everything in their power to keep this one out of the net, and credit to them. However, they need that third member, Mendrix. Everything goes back to if they had one more player, then they can do the midfield challenges. Then they can look to kind of create their opportunities. 30 seconds left, though. Still a one-goal game. Teriyaki, maybe. Shots on. No. Diving save.
I feel... Okay, GC did everything correct there. Like, you can't really fault that one play. It's just good defense coming across AEST. And, of course, the counter-attack comes through afterwards. You've had the two-player commit. It was a valiant effort, but in the end, getting back in time for that defense is just too hard.
That was just a great 50 by MC Mini. I mean, like, that is a perfect 50 in that position. So, LC Mart, deservedly, they're going to be taking game number 2. GLC put in that reverse sweep situation, which is always difficult. We'll see if they've got the stuff to pull it off. However, as time ticks down, maybe one last goal. A cheeky one for the road. 3-0 will be the final score.
Yeah, Silence Bow again, making it look easy there. Nice control with the air roll. Gets the perfect touch as well. Oh, McMini. Never mind, McMini. Doing I feel that's like a mini psycho.
No, not even close.
Nah, come on, give it to him. It skimmed it.
Yeah, that's not what a psycho is, though.
I know it's a backboard hit, and then you increase the momentum of the back of it, but I'm just trying to give McMini something here, man.
I'm not giving McMini. I already gave McMini the perfect 50, okay?
Okay.
He already has that in a goal that actually mattered.
Fine. I'm sorry that I triggered you a little bit when it comes to
McMini, I am not sorry if you come back and watch this later. I'm taking all credit. And I'm giving
that's why I didn't call it a psycho. I gave it an adjective to remove its purity.
Okay. I just have word. Hot sideline reporting. GLC has informed our sideline reporter that now they are trying.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I'm interested to see how this one plays out now.
Yeah, I am too, because where is Director Cam taking us? All right, we're on. We're running.
I thought it was me for a second there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think you had that too.
Oh no. If that's what trying looks like, I think GLC should go back to kind of being more relaxed.
Okay, starting now. They're trying, okay? That was definitely an unfortunate moment there for Dr. XPZ. Look, it's happened to us all before, okay?
It has. I just the immediate cut that out, cut the tape coming in the team chats as well after that. That 50, however, that's a pretty good one. GLC finally get on the board.
That's what you want to see as well. Oh, nice little play as well. Ooh, that 50, that's a very unfortunate 50. But look, it just goes to show that it's possible, right? It is absolutely possible for GC to do something here.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh no.
I said possible. Formal, possible.
I kind of want to start this game over. I think we might need to do a
calculator.
Redo on the. Yeah, that was a little bit awkward from GLC. Unfortunately, for the team in orange, still counts. So 2-1 lead. We'll see how we go. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe a semblance of comfort in that the 2 goals given up were off of egregious mistakes. Although that double touch from MC Mini might be the goal of the day so far.
Yeah, that was actually beautiful as well. Look at that. Understood immediately, already pre-jumping, knowing where the ball was going to go. That is someone who's practiced it, has had a bit of fun doing a few mini hits before in the past.
Yeah, so a 3-1 lead, and
Oh,
it has
no.
potential to get worse. Now post out, double commit into the net. That's okay. MC Mini, actually not there for it. It will be Silenced Bow who
Blow
keeps
up.
it in the corner. And all right, game is still within a good spot. Good save, Mini. Good save.
Wait 4 minutes. Things not anywhere out of the park, right? We're still
No,
going,
we're
right?
still competitive. But
And-
I would say that both teams have made silly mistakes in that first minute, more so than any of the other games so far in this series. This game has been a sloppy one, to put it mildly.
It's been a comedic affair. Ruckus bringing that one down on the side there, but will be easily pushed away once again. Just back into this corner. This corner trap, just so frustrating to get through. And that should have probably been a goal, but I think we'll find a continue pushing here. Nice little play here. Oh, does it softly? Okay, obviously doesn't get the ideal reset, but ends up slowing it down in an awkward enough position that it's just hard to defend.
Did he hit Teriyaki?
Sorry?
It looked like he may have actually hit Teriyaki in the back of the net for like a cheeky last moment bump on that replay.
True, but I still think you should have been able to, like, you're expecting him to make the touch, which they reacted to that. He missed the touch. And then they're like, okay, well, we're out of position because we thought you were actually going to hit that. The amount of times that has happened to me recently is so frustrating because it's like, I just pre-jumped because I thought you were going to hit that and you just completely whiffed this. And that was definitely that scenario there. They were expecting a bit more out of it, and obviously it
It's a fake.
bounced off. Yep, it's a fake. Let's just call it a fake. We'll call it a mini
5-1.
fake.
5-1. No, that's why the faking quick chat exists. All right, just so like you know,
Just
when
in case I
you
missed the
never.
ball.
Ever since I found the faking
always
quick
a
chat,
fake.
I've never whiffed.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
Faking, just faking.
Yeah, improve your gameplay with one quick tip.
If only my fakes didn't result in a goal being conceded.
Well,
That was a nice fake. That was actually a proper fake there. I like that.
I'm gonna see this again. I don't know. To me, that just looked like a shot.
Just stop.
Oh yeah, there it was. Cheeky,
Force the free
cheeky.
jumps, and then bam, goal. Closest to that Brazil.
Yeah, this has been a roughie for GLC. I feel like, and it's gonna be a shame to see their term end with a 2v3 situation where again that extra member I think would have made the series a lot more competitive. I'm not going to give it the win to them. Obviously, you never know how things.
Oh, it would have been it would have been a different result. Not in the sense that hey, they're going to win. It's perhaps it would have been a much more competitive affair.
And I think that's 100% would have been the case. But as it stands right now, LC Mart running away with game number 3. So, congrats to them. I think they can start their victory lap now that we have reached the Brazil scoreline for the. We didn't get it in game 1, did we? We got close, but we didn't quite find it. So nearly.
I think the big thing here is that GLC gave a red hot crack in initial points, right? When the game was still within striking distance, they were putting up a fight.
Yeah. Now that is a professional way of looking at it for sure. And, I do hope we get to see GLC again next term as well. I mean, anytime you're a team of 2 and you can get, a solid result, they weren't the 8th seed. Again, they had beaten some teams to get here. So they definitely skilled players, tough run for them. LCMRT, though, again, one of the top 4 teams through the group stages. They earned this matchup for a reason. They've earned their seeding. They might have a tough match in the next semifinal, but we could be seeing them again in the 3rd place match at the end of the day.
Yep. Anything is possible. This is Rocket League. I love that remote. That's one of my favorites.
This is Rocket League.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get to use it in its proper context next week. That would be fun. But that would be a next week thing. That is a game 7 situation when it can be used properly. But where we sit right now, we're almost going to the double-digit club. GLC is going to take a bit of a detour. Shots on and in, Teriyaki. There you go. Something to end the series by.
Yeah, and I think this actually goes back to what we were talking about at the start as well. You just need to be careful with those soft touches there if it ends up being a perfect center. You can see how a goal can just be immediately scored off the back of it. Again, it's not going to push the needle in any particular direction here in terms of the results for GLC, but it's a good illustration of how this game plays out.
Yeah, good illustration, good series overall. LCMRT looking pretty good. McMini, I think, had a strong performance, so eyes will be on them if we catch this team again. Silence Bow as well, probably the more consistent member. Also strong showing, as that's going to be the 4th goal for MC Mini on the trip to the double-digit club.
Double digits, how good. 10-2, looking pretty nice in that sense there. It's, you know, I feel like now it's more of just a showcase. Yeah. Friendly.
No, it honestly, the scoreline is looking like some of the 1v1s I was doing yesterday. Silence Bow making it 11-2.
Nice little touch there on the side as well. Bringing it up there. See, if this was me, I would have just gone, I'm just going to let that bounce, and I'm going to turn around and just get myself in a better position to try and do it, and I would have considered the goal. That's just quietly.
That was me. I would have done 3 resets.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just 3 resets. No reason for it, just to start resetting. Why
not 4? Why not 4? What's...
and then, well, look, I
don't
don't want to show off too much, okay? No.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'd wake up from my dream and realize I'm probably on the team that's down 11-2.
And then you do a psycho. Yes.
Oh, yeah, there it is, yeah. And then I do my mini psycho, which is whipping the ball in front of the net. Have I told you my psycho story, actually?
No, you haven't.
I think that's going to be an off-stream thing because this game's nearly done. 13 seconds to go as we hit our final.
Just teasing us with a.
I'm teasing you. I'm teasing you with it. I don't think the other players would care too much about this one. That's going to be a shot backboard to the middle of the field. It's a double commit. Ball going towards the net. Not going to find its mark. LC Mart, they get the win 11-2.
Who didn't see that one coming? But you know what? I think. GLC won a rematch. I don't blame them. I definitely don't blame them, but I think we have a few other games that we're going to have to get through today, don't we, Formal?
Yeah, that we do. That's just going to be our quarterfinal matchup. Of course, we have to wait for the other quarterfinals to finish before we look ahead to our semifinals. So we will be going to a break, but fret not. When we return, it will be a semifinal match followed by the 3rd place match. So 2 more best of 5s to go here at AEL. Do stick with us. We'll return in hopefully not too long. Alrighty, welcome back everybody. I do apologize for that little bit of a wait, but we are here ready to go. Semifinals, Mendrix, our second versus third seed Faith Falcons taking on BWSC. I'm excited for this match. I'm excited to see what the Faith Falcons can bring.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what they can do. We've got a full squad on both sides here, I hope. Coming across here, looks like it's a full squad on both sides, so I'm really keen for it. I think the players are ready to jump into it, so we should be getting into the action very shortly. And it's going to be an absolutely fantastic match here. This is going to be as top as good as it gets for high school.
I'm thinking so. Second versus third seeds are usually pretty fun matchups, so my expectations are we will get something good as... There it is, our overlay. I was getting a little worried the overlay wasn't popping up straight away, but it did come in. It didn't update though. That's a little annoying. Don't worry, we will fix it. Trust me, this is not game 3. Still the first game. There we are. All right, but yeah, Falcons are in blue. BWSC is in orange. And it should be a fun one as the first goal goes to the BWSC side. Yeah,
very quick. Let's have a look to see how it's done. Okay, cool. So that unexpected hit down with the 50-50 just happened to go perfectly here. As you can see, that very quick score coming across here. Green on top, or BWC on top very early into this match.
Yeah, I mean, I do expect this series to be a little bit closer than our last one. I do expect it to possibly be a game 4 or 5 angle, just with how strong these two teams have kind of played it out in the past. So should be good. That said, BWSC, I mean, pretty confident in a lot of their positioning, just through playing through the corner. Oh, awkward read there. This doesn't lead to a shot. I guess we're still in the feeling out stages, but yeah, I don't know. I'm liking both teams. Deeper rotations on both sides, consistent touches. Although that time midfielder was a little bit too far forward. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, as well. I also like how they're just sort of handing off as well, taking time when they see the opportunity to do it, not trying to rush those touches or those deep shots back into the midfield as well. They want to make sure that's going to be on point there. Nice little shot there will be easily handled there by AJ Star. Bit of a pressure being pushed forward here now by BWS Green. It is going to be there, but it will be pushed in towards the center here now. An opportunity now for the Falcons to make something happen.
Also, it should be worth noted that the barcode player with the Russian text is pronounced Exa. Exa will be their name moving forward, as Mattman might have a chance, but it's going to be Exa around the backboard, finding the clear right there. I mean, we've seen Falcons play a couple times already on broadcast. They tend to usually win out, again, why they're the number 2 seed, but BWSC, strong team in their own right.
I've actually versed them. I've actually versed BWSC before. Funnily enough. Yeah. I remember seeing it pop up one point. They just popped up in threes. I just ran random threes.
Oh, fair enough. Did you win?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I think I just had a really good win streak, and it was a bit of a delayed thing, and next thing I knew, I was versing them, so that was definitely a good one. Nice strike there, unable to get the touch from the defense there.
Yeah, the Mattman, beautiful strike. I mean, the pass across the middle was perfect, and then the placement off that shot. It does come off the defender. I think that goes post in, so I'm not going to be super critical of that being like an own goal or what have you, but BWSC, just a fantastic start for the Demon Orange.
I mean, to be honest, for that reaction to come through and even get the touch on that sort of shot is still a good sign of life there going across. So I'm pretty happy with overall so far with what both these teams are bringing to the table. Matt there, nice little strike to get it down. We'll just hit the top of the ball. They're making the shot a little bit more awkward, but still handled well for the time being. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock here. Still plenty of opportunity for Falcons to bring this one back if they need to.
Yeah, that they are, as the Lion will strike a third goal. BWSC. I am very impressed with how aggressive they are being. You can see, you know, you had both of the other attackers in the net. Maybe not super impressed with that, but I do like how one of them was going for a bump. So just aggressive play being rewarded. No real concern that, oh no, our third member might get beat. We're still going to find that goal as we see a shot off the kickoff from the Falcons, but it's not going in.
And things starting to look a little bit harder now for the Falcons. 3-0's a tougher goal line to get to, especially now that we're obviously past that halfway mark. You probably start to think about the next game. Crazy things have happened when it comes into it. On point, right? That's ready to jump on every little mistake that seems to be coming the way of the Falcons here. Just not the touch you wanted there.
Look, I could excuse the last own goal, Mendrix. I don't think I could excuse that one. That was a roughie. Very rough start for the Faith side. BWSC almost gets another off the kickoff. I had to hold your breath for a moment right there. It was a little bit high, but still the pressure already coming from this orange side. Defense a little bit scrambled. Good touch from AJ to Arrow. So now the defense starts to connect. It might be too little too late for game number 1, but I am going to expect some semblance of a bounce back moving forwards.
Yeah, they need to bring something to the table here. And Arrow's going to go up high there, obviously try to make it. And that's okay, that's not what you want. That's not the touch that you wanted at all. That's a very dangerous touch to put in the position there, but it won't cause any issues for the time being. But those touches there seem to really be significant or a sign of this game here now for the Falcons. They really do need to pull up their socks a little bit, and I feel like this first game, like you said, is a bit of a warm-up here. It's not the be-all, end-all, but it is definitely not the best performance.
No, it has been a bit rough, unfortunately, for the Faith side, but credit to BWSC for kind of creating it. Like, it was kind of hard to put my finger on it at the start, but I think the reason why I'm like super impressed with this orange side, it's not just the constant motion, but they're fast. They're constantly going at near supersonic or supersonic speed while managing the boost. They've just been really good in rotational placement, picking up small pads, picking up the large pads. It's just a disciplined team right now, and the result has been them being that faster team and getting to plays at a consistent pace, even when on defense. You know, finding opportunities like that with the demo from Lion, 2 demos, opens up the middle of the field. BWSC is playing next level right now.
Yeah, and it's just such an easy take as well by Mattman here as well. Understood what needs to be done. See Lion on the side there, gets the demo, just creating, basically clearing the wall here, right? Any wall that could be put up here by the Falcons has just been demolished off that initial play, and it was just a nice, easy take. No fumbles as well, quite consistent in terms of those placement. Again, another good strike here. We'll put the pressure here onto the Falcons, and this is definitely a complete team at this moment in time.
Yeah, no, I'm really impressed. Really, really impressed with BWSC to start this game off. So that will be the orange side marching to a game 1 victory. 5-0 as well. The exact start, I imagine they were hoping to see maybe even, an own goal for the road. Not quite. It's off the post. Fair enough. 5-0 game number 1.
Yeah, very good start here coming across the BWSC green. I reckon if they just keep up this level of play, they're probably going to be on top going forward. But Falcons do need to push it to that next level if they want to remain in this series here. And I could see it. They still have good touches. Again, it was just a bit of rough edges that aren't playing in their favor. Yeah,
they were getting outpaced from start to finish in that one. I don't really know a better way of putting it. So, it's tough. It's tough to kind of, all right, well, what's the winning answer when the other team is just faster to you to anything? And usually that is, okay, you start to take more risks, and then the risks wind up getting you burned a little bit. You want to sit back, maybe play a bit more passively if you don't feel like you have the confidence to win some of these races to the ball. Well, that's well and good. You look for the unforced error, but haven't really seen any from BWSC yet. It's tough. It's in a tough spot for the Falcons to be in right now. For BWSC, though, if they continue playing the way they are, they should win this series. Chance maybe for Falcons doesn't work out. That's a good touch from Exa, but again, look who's to the ball first. It's BWSC. They were under it. They're putting shots on it as well. 1-0 lead.
Yeah, it really does go back to it as well, like you said. Just Exa up in the air. You can see there's a bit of a contest by AJ Star, but not going to be on point there. A little bit of extra time. That speed allows Hexa to be that little bit higher, gets the ball over the edge and creates the opportunity.
Well, kickoff nearly was threatening for the Falcons. Not quite where it needed to be. Next touch is, and Exa finally gets on the board. It's the first goal for the Falcons this series.
It's still a good clear by Matt. Could be, again, a little bit better if you put it more force towards the side there, but you can't really fault it. Just a really good position here by Falcons to make sure that they can get the right touch, and this is what we want to see from them. They want a response after getting a little bit of a beat down.
Yeah, it was a good response, and we'll see where they could go from here. Still a lot of time on the clock as AJ Star pushes towards the net, caught by a Lion. I mean, Falcons, this feels must win for me, for the Falcons. And I know we're still early in the series, but game one was so decisive for BWSC. I feel like if the Falcons are going to come back in this series, it's not going to be from that reverse sweep position. So hopefully they'll get their chances. 4 minutes as we see Exa looking for that second goal. Not going to find it.
Yeah, didn't get the next touch immediately. Didn't hit the ground a bit too early. Now Mattman's having there an attempt at it. Try to get behind it. I thought maybe perhaps they're looking for a reset, but the ball's going a little bit too fast for them to get through it as well. Nice clear by Exa. We'll bring it up high. We'll catch that one before it can get anywhere closer towards the goalpost. And again, just another opportunity being created here. It's good. Exa finds the touch into the back left pocket. That is what we want to see from the Falcons.
That angle was deceptive right there. I mean, I can't be too critical of the defense on that one. Not many people are making the save off that. Really well placed from Exa. And this is kind of more the Falcons was hoping to see moving forward right now. I mean, historically, Falcons too have been a bit more of a passive team. So I'm not too surprised they had that slower start. We'll see if that starts to improve. Exa going for something crazy. Can't quite finish the shot off.
Yeah, trying to just get that. It might get an opportunity here, but Hexy will be able to jump that through. Matt also happens to be in the right position. The touch is just not finding the mark this time around. Exa trying to make it happen, but their defense will be good, but it has pushed forward here. Maybe an opportunity for BWC, but obviously going to have the defense over AG Star, but I did like what was sort of initially there beforehand. Now we're seeing what we wanted from the Falcons, and it seems to be coming off the back of Exa time and time again, using that bounce there off the backboard to create an opportunity. Really good redirect plays here. Seem to be catching off guard for BWC.
Yeah, Lion was hesitant. And I don't really know why Lion was actually hesitant right there. It feels like some of the confidence that BWSC showed in the first game is lacking in situations like that, and it's why you can't hesitate, especially with how close the second defender was as well. It kind of created a traffic jam in the goal. Lion just has to commit in those positions, hit or miss. It will at least open up the doorway for the second defender then to have a real chance. Oh, speaking of chances, Falcons have a chance in this series once again. 4-1 lead. I feel like we switched name tags.
I wanted to talk about something we mentioned before, where teams in the high school league seem to have some problems in front of the, when it's directly in front of the goalposts. And I think it just comes down to a confidence issue. Sometimes, I don't know, I've personally been guilty of it. You feel like, hey, if I make the jump or the pre-jump now, I leave the ball open with no defense. When you should actually be going for the ball at that point in time, and you think the safer play is to actually sit back and do it. But because of proactivity coming across from the Falcons now, where they do jump in that little bit earlier, as we do get a response here from Mattman there with a nice little hit there. As you can see, a good touch and that extra hit from Matt, just catching off guard here of the Falcons forces a goal. I think, again, that's the confidence you want to have when you're going into the defense. That quick jump, that quick action means that you catch the other team unexpectedly, and that seems to be why we have an advantage here right now for the Falcons. But, of course, we do see that a little bit from BWSC.
Yeah, we are seeing little bits and problems and moments for sure. I mean, this game's not over yet by any stretch, and if BWC can come back in this one with goals like this, this could turn into a disaster for the Falcons. That was just a clear down the middle. Nobody back in time despite the boost. It's just awkward for the Falcons. Too far forward. 3-4 game. It's getting close.
It goes back to speed, right? Just being a little bit that little bit fast this time around. The confidence maybe waning just ever so slightly here. That's why we had that lead come through for the Falcons, but showing some resilience, bouncing back is exactly what BWSC needed to do. I do like taking this one up high here. Plenty of time as well, as someone needs to rise to the occasion, but we'll let the ball drop. Not enough boost to take the whole stretch off the map.
See, more plays in the corner at the moment. Ball towards the net. Mattman just goes corner to corner as AJ Star wants to make it again happen through the corner. Lion now. This could actually be very dangerous for the Falcons. Good read by Exa.
Yeah, it can be tough to sort of pick up when a player is dribbling like that, when they take the ball here as well. Hexy will just push that one down towards the corner here, perhaps trying to get it into a nice little center, but easily taken by the Falcons as they bring it back. And Bit of an ebb and flow here. No one with a clear advantage on the attack here. Just looking for a bit of a hole. That might be the one. Not gonna be necessary
dangerous.
here, but as they get pushed on through, Lion wants to be there, but it will be handled.
Yeah, it's a bit too much power on that pass, so Lion's angle was always going to be tough in that situation, although I think BWC's not done yet. There's a chance Madman recovers this. It's down. It's actually going to bounce in Mendrix. Lion secures it. We're tied 4-all.
Yeah, that's a tough one as well. You can see AJ managed to get back in time, but a little bit stun-shocked in position there, and Lion seizes on the opportunity. That was a nice little touch there. It was very hard to defend.
That was very difficult for sure. So it's a 4-4 game. Next goal probably wins it. Hexy does a good job keeping it in the corner for now. Exa swings and misses. I don't know. There's no... It's a tough position. That's not the player you wanted making the touch, but it's okay. BWSC survives.
Ball going over the top here as well. Exa won't get the touch they needed to catch it. AJ Star, though, will be in position to knock that clear away. Another possible opportunity here now. Coming across, will be knocked out. The pass down, not hitting the mark here. Ball back in towards the center field here. An opportunity now possibly for the Falcons, but we've made it to overtime as the ball gets knocked down.
And again, this feels like a must-win game for the Falcons. They need this goal. It was a 3-point lead for the team in blue that they let slip away. Now in overtime, they had a chance off the kickoff. Not going to find it. Lion should get the clear.
It's pseudo reverse sweep, right? That's what it kind of feels like. You don't really have that comeback ball.
Oh,
Dangerous
no.
position here. XC jumps
Oh,
it.
no!
Misses the shot. That's unfortunate. Now pushing that one back into the center here. Exa gets a nice touch. That's a dangerous position here, but XC will be able to save it.
Yeah, Arrow gets it, get behind them, but still Exa wants to push it forward, then backs off the play, back to defense. I mean, Falcons survived. It should have ended with that open net. They're lucky, but can they take advantage of that? Hexy, doesn't cut in. So that allows Exa a lot of space down the middle. Good play from Madman to get it into the corner. Exa's there, though. This is going to be dangerous. Lion has to play it close to their chest and does enough to get across midfield. Hexy's there. A chance for redemption. Not quite. AJ got it into the corner.
Yeah, managed to get that nice little touch there and push it towards safety. Now pushing it back over towards the side of BWSC. Arrow not getting the best position here, but Exa tries to get up top. Will get a decent touch and push it down towards there, making things a little bit difficult here. Nice little catch, but it's just a dangerous position. Madman will push that clear right on out of there. Does not want to deal with any of these shenanigans the Falcons are bringing to the table.
And that shot almost goes in as well. It was a tough angle. Still not found. A minute and a half into this overtime. Hexy has let that one ride as Lion gets the next touch. Now looks to play it into the corner. Backboard. Anybody? No, still not there. Corner we go. Side to side. AJ. Shot forward. Lion makes the next touch. It's now up to Exa. They got a reset, but they use it early. Not able to get to the backboard in time. This could go across the midfield, but Madman was committed. No boost. Barely gets back to the ball before Arrow takes their shot.
This is actually an opportunity for the Falcons here. I'm looking at those tanks. They're losing a little bit as Matt manages to grab that little bit of boost here. Bit of respite being pushed through now for BWSC. They're going on the offensive, trying to push into the center. The ball does not actually get the hit there. AJ is going to be there to clean it up afterwards and push that one back towards the other side of the field. Exa, though, wants to keep it here, wants to put it in there. There's an opportunity there. 3 players committing to the defense. They do not want to let that ball through.
This is dangerous. Yeah, no momentum. I'm surprised Falcons didn't send another. That to me felt like a moment when you'd get a double commit. Exa may have just found the gap, though. Lion backboard, but Exa's still there. Defenders miss. Somehow Lion recovers underneath. A missed opportunity for the Falcons. They're still putting the pressure on, but they're not going to get that next shot, at least not yet.
Oh, talk about basting the turkey at this moment in time. Whoever pulls this one through is going to have a fantastic Thanksgiving. AJ Star here trying to push that one back towards the side. Exa pushes it up into the air. It's pretty good. That's still there for the defense. It wasn't quite an open net, but it did beat 2 players, but they're unable to get it. The pressure's on, and they managed to get Exa. Again, a nice soft touch there over the top. Gets on through. Oh, they tried to defend, but it wasn't enough. Look at this one. Just Lion unable to redirect their positioning for the defense. And Exa is the one that brings it here for the Falcons, 1 apiece.
That was a very dramatic ending to that game. I feel a little bad for Lion on defense at the end. It seems like such a routine save, but the pressure of that overtime and how extended it gets, you make mistakes. So Falcons back in the series.
Oh, it was also just the positioning of the shot from Exer as well. You could see that the pre-jump was correct, but then the boost in the wrong direction. It's, like you said, a hard to tell sort of scenario when you do manage to get those angles.
Yeah, it was. Either way, we keep rolling right along. Game number 3 now. We got a series on our hands, and of course you have the third place match right after, so keen on that. Tied up 1 apiece. This game will move one of the teams to match point. Falcons, they've got a little bit more of the momentum right now. The question is, can they keep it?
This is what we wanted to see, right? Falcons did have a pretty disastrous game 1 here. They really had a good start here in game 2 and then sort of lost that control, but were able to bounce back once again. Now let's just see if they're able to run away with the competition, but still really strong defense coming across here from BWSC. Hexy taking it slow. Will knock that one into the air. Will be picked up by the Falcons, but won't have a meaningful transition here. A lot of just midfield contention now from both of these teams.
You see plays through the corner. Arrow isn't able to get themselves behind it, so now it's going to be Hexy who finds Matman, and that gets it across the middle. It's actually going to open the door for BWSC as the ball keeps rolling in front of the net. There's the striker. It was Lion who gets another 50 in their favor. Now it's going to have to make another touch through the corner to keep the threat on. Tries to get it back to Matman, who looked a little indecisive. That's going to cost the attack.
Yeah, has to push that back. Hexy also not unable to get a touch here. This might be an opportunity, but Matman doesn't want to deal with it. Straightens it straight back to the corner in towards the midfield. Exa gets on top. AJ Star, a bit of a dangerous push there, but has enough force to get it clear to safety for the time being. And ball seems to be caught now in the corner. As you can see, ooh, a bit of a team bump there. That's not what you want to have happen, but doesn't really result in any issues. But a bit of an awkward bounce off the board here, but Matt will handle it decently. And now you can just see it's going to be the Falcons trying to create an opportunity, but the clear will come through.
The AJ now putting a shot down, but not quite in, as we will see Lion across the midfield line. Actually, this is a solo play, nearly works. Exa gets the first touch. Batman's shot is a little bit weak, and it comes off the post after a defensive touch.
In the end, works out for the Falcons. They do get a bit of a bounce clear as well. Arrow gets it over the top. Lion's going to be there, though, to stop that one from getting in towards the goal here. Both these teams doing excellent on their rotations and back here, not leaving a hole in their defense. Matman now tries to get that one through. It's open net here, but loses a bit of momentum on the touch afterwards. That buys enough time for the Falcons to get back. Nice little hit there by just Lion, but it will be handled by Except for the time being.
I love that, you know, the second we call out, wow, the defense's rotations are looking really good. That was the biggest hole we've seen yet. But, yeah, weaker touch, still no goal. It happens. I mean, I'm loving this game. Ever since that game 2 overtime, both these teams have really stepped up their game, and goals are now a lot harder to come by, which is making every single touch, every single commit that much more important. Still, 2 minutes left on the clock in regulation. It will be the Falcons now with the chance. Hexy cuts off X's attack. Now a double commit pinch. If it comes off the roof, it has a chance. It does not from underneath. AJ Star is there.
Yeah, managed to push that one out now, looking for a counter attack here, but you can see Bose gets back in time, but they overcommit on the side. The Hexy gets back in time. We'll clear that one away. And this is another thing to note. When there's been no goals happening, there's no respite for the teams. They have to go through this massive mental match where it's just a consistent game the entire way through. No chance to regroup. The first team, the first player to buckle under the pressure could let the ball get in. That's a good hit there by Arrow, but just Lion will push that one away from that. Another opportunity comes through, and this guy gets in. It's actually handled pretty masterfully by Just Lion as well. And the Exa will stop that one coming through. As I said, Matt, good touches again.
Oh my gosh, the bumps.
So many opportunities.
The bumps made the save right there. That was a smart play by the Falcons defense. Now it's going to be the Falcons attack, a playoff Arrow perhaps. Nope, defense division doesn't matter. Arrow did enough, and that's going to be the late lead for the Falcons.
Oh, they managed to get through as well. Just getting on through. You can see Matman is trying to shadow, but just not enough here as well. And they do manage to get that little demo but it's not going to matter. Ball goes in. Falcons with that lead here, and it's a tough one to give away with 1 minute left, right? It's still an opportunity. BWS is not out of it, but it sort of just takes the wind out of your sails.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. We'll see, though. I mean, you gotta believe that there's still that chance, right? We'll see what they can find as we go corner to corner. Hexy is gonna be the next one with the touch, but the Falcons are the ones who stay on it. Instead, bumps along the defensive line won't matter as the ball did get cleared. I feel like if the Falcons get 1 or 2 more big defensive plays, this game is theirs, but it's going to be tough with BWSC on the hunt.
Yeah, they're looking for something if possible. X is doing a great job there. We'll pitch that one up high, but still you can see the relentless attack coming through from BWSC. They do not want to let this game walk away. Exa does miss out here. That's going to be one player down here. AJ, not the best touch here. This is a real opportunity now for BWC. Just lines up high. Exa gets back in time and manages to stop the dunk.
And that should do it for this game as well. Arrow keeps it away. No, that's dangerous, but it's going to be short. About a meter short, I'd say, from going in. The Falcons survive. What? And oh boy, we are going to a game 4 in a intense series.
This is Rocket League right now, Formal. That was definitely a This is Rocket League moment. Oh, I would definitely feeling the pinch there. But wow, good stuff there coming across from the Falcons there to defend right into the last second of the buzzer. That was definitely being saved by the bell.
Yeah, that was close. Close moment, but the Falcons do get through. They're sitting on match point, a chance to be playing in our grand final next week. Of course, for the loser of this series, they are going to have to go at it again in the 3rd place match, so we will see how that one does play out as the players get back on the pitch. One more time. This is game 4, BWSC.
It could be another time. What are you talking about? One more time. It could be another one at the end of this.
It could be. You're right.
I guess it once again. Maybe one more time does work. I apologize.
I have a bad tendency of leaking scripts. I'm a bit of a script leaker, okay? No, you are right, though. It's just I'm looking at the series as a whole and kind of how this has progressed. I mean, BWSC, game 1. Dominant showing, but ever since that game 2 overtime, they've really been struggling in breaking the Faith defense. And I mentioned at the start, Faith has always historically kind of been a bit of a more passive team. They should be tough to score against. And I feel like the longer and longer BWSC kind of goes in these goal scoring droughts, they get a bit more desperate and they start to make like more and more little mistakes. So that's why I'm kind of leaning on the Falcons to take this one again, as we see that nearly goes through. Hexy racing back will make the save.
Yeah, it does get there back in time as well. Now looking for the counter attack. Exa will meet. Clash in the 50 will just go towards the center. This line doesn't get the best touch here, but there's going to be something at least pushed towards the other side of the field. Hexy now trying to create an opportunity. Does get the touch they need to send it down, but you can see BWC are trying to sort of pre-read these bounces, redirect them into the position that they want them to be. But for the time being, just not really getting it into the position that they want. And the defense here being comfortable. As I say that, not a good touch by Arrow. Caster Curse absolutely coming into fruition there as well. Just pushes that through there, but Arrow needed to get a little bit more behind the ball, perhaps get it towards the top end of the hood there to push it at a much more safer distance. And that's a nice early goal coming across here for BWSC.
I mean, I can't put the blame on Arrow on that one. There was really nowhere else for Arrow to go with the ball. It's one of those situations where you're kind of hoping you have a teammate rotating around through the other side that can get to the ball before the attacker. And in that situation, it was not meant to be. So we're going to see the Falcons now with a deficit and how they react to it with momentum that has been going their way in the past. This actually could be very good. A chance for Arrow gets popped up. My eyes are more on this player, Exa. They've kind of been the playmaker for the Falcons up to this point. They're not going to get a chance off that play, though.
Arrow tries to push that in, tries to get a redeeming shot there, but just Lion will easily get that clear as well. Hexy now looking for an opportunity, but will be blocked. As I said, that Matt, though, finds the dunk at the very end there. Whoa. Nice up and high. I just want to see how quick that response is. That is a very good response. Immediately knowing what to do, instantly super boosting towards that position. Yeah, that was a fantastic first touch.
Yeah, good play from Matt, man. Good shot. And now with the 2-goal lead, I think BWSC is going to be back in that more comfortable position. Obviously, we haven't had a 2-goal lead for the orange side in a while. We haven't had a 2-goal lead in this series, realistically, since game number 1, I think. So things are looking a lot better for BWSC. Real chance we go to game 5. Faith Falcons on that defensive part of the pitch. Keep the ball in the net for now, but the pressure still stays on.
Yeah, it wasn't the best touch there, but Exa will be able to redirect it in a much more favorable position. Exa now, once again, trying to push that towards the center here. Not a good touch there, but AJ wasn't in the position there, probably expecting the ball to go to someone different. That's a nice little flick over the top. Mattman making it look easy.
Yeah, and this is looking more and more likely we are going to be seeing that game 5, which has me excited, Mendrix. That has me very, very, very excited because, I mean, game 5s, grand finals on the line, like, that's what you want.
Oh, the players are really, you know what, they read the script and they said, no, Formal, it's good. It's going to be another time after this, okay? They knew what they needed to do to bring us a fantastic show. It was all part of the real script. As I say that, that's a nice shot there, but Mattman will be in position. We'll bring it down there. Perhaps it was a little bit higher. Would have been a bit more difficult for the turn there. Just Lion tries to make it happen, but will collide with a member of the Falcons. Mid-goal. Matt there does beat two of the players there. There needs to be a good return there. That's going to cause a pinch with too much power on the cross, and no opportunity created just yet.
We're still got 100 seconds left in this one, and unless like we see the Falcons just start putting on a cavalcade of goals, instead it's kind of going the other way. Madman probably should have hit that. I feel like, yeah, time's just not going to be on their side. So looking ahead to game number 5 right now, the one thing that I'm learning throughout this is that BWSC, I feel like they need to play with that lead. The first goal is a little bit more important for the orange side than it is for the blue side because they can just take that momentum, run away with it. And the Falcons, like, if they don't have that lead, they are less inclined to play that more defensive, passive style that I think plays to their strength. So first goal going to be key. Looking ahead at game 5 for certain. And yeah, kind of just, 1 minute to go till we get there.
Yeah, just need to hold on. I mean, look, crazy things have happened, but the defense here just looking so strong here from BWS as well. As you can see, a nice good shot there by Arrow will push through, but you've already got Mattman, Spider-Maning to the top to stop any chance of there being a double touch off the backboard. You can tell they've got this under lock and key now. I do agree that we're going to be seeing a game 5.
Yeah, I mean, listen, 3 goals, come on. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. So here we go, a decider match. Moments away. BWSC, when they win big. If the game is close, it's been going the Falcons' way. I'm curious what kind of finals of game 5, I should say, we are going to get as we hit our final 15.
I feel we've seen pretty much every sort of variance as well in this match. As just Lion gets a nice little hit there. That's a tough one. I feel like the players here on the side are a little bit checked out, waiting for game 5 now. Arrow doesn't give the best touch and ends up being a nice little center for just Lion. And yeah, that's a tough one. I don't blame AJ Star for not defending that one. That's a hard one to get. To cover the entire net is a tough scenario in that one.
It will be. Timer will whittle away. So, eyes on the prize. Game no. Whoop, okay, hold on. Not yes yet. Let's add another goal. Again, when BWSC wins, then win big.
Feast or famine. Just Lion pushing that up there as well. Yeah, you can see that there's just been a slowdown here from the Falcons, and I don't blame them. Again, they're thinking they're moving their head now to the next match. They're not here. They're not here at this moment in time. This is a bit of a victory lap just now for BWSC on this one.
So here we go. One more game to determine who is going to the grand finals playing next week and who we get in our next series. As this is happening, by the way, LC, they're having their semifinal matchup. Don't have results on that one yet. So it's still happening. LC RLA versus LC MRT. I just realized, yeah, that's like a sister school match, or like the two same school, 2 teams. They're going at it in that other semifinal. That's kind of fun. Yeah, it's a big that, and going to the grand final too. Two very important things.
Meet each other on the oh man, I haven't been to school in so long. I forgot about it. Just
the playground, the canteen,
meet each other on the playground,
the monkey bars.
Remember that time we beat you in term 1? Yeah. Term 2, yeah. Just bringing those around every single chance to get. Nice little grab there from Matt-Man. We'll keep that towards the center here. But yeah, you can see now, I feel like that speed that we've been wanting to see from the Falcons that wasn't there in the last minute and a half has definitely returned. This is it, right? This is for not all the marbles, but the lead to all the marbles.
It gets you in the marble game, right? It allows you in the circle to start, you know, throwing marbles at each other. The biggest marble, though, it's going off Exa into the net. 1-0 lead for the Falcons.
I just want to have a really nice little, it's a nice little touch there. Great area control, and then to get that touch off the hood as well, to get it over the top, that was beautiful.
Yeah, great start in this game 5 for the Falcons. Way to bounce back after a very tough game 4. And I said before, you know, having that early lead, I think it's going to be critical. Because now the Falcons can play that defensive style. BWSC struggles to score against the Falcons when they have the lead. I wouldn't be surprised if Falcons hold on to the 1-0 till the bitter end.
See here now, plenty of time still left on the clock. Into the corner, Exa now showing that aerial prowess. Good resets as well while in midair on that aerial to understand when they need to push it across. But, well, not resets, I meant refreshes, sorry. Resets it, and we managed to get that. Those 4 good old wheels onto the ball. But I am expecting a bit more coming across here now from BWSC. They really do need to bring it up a notch. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on this clock here, and you can see there's a bit more speed now. There's a bit more aggression coming through from the Falcons. They can smell blood in the water as they continue to push these attacks here. And I see a little bit of a less confident team coming across from BWC, and the confidence is really key here for them having the speed to keep up.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Hexy's kind of been all over the place right now, and that's a promising sign as the ball is going to be in front of the net. But yeah, this is what we mean when we say there's no confidence there. That ball is hovering in front of the net. Nobody proactive enough to go for it, to try and go for that aerial shot. So the ball falls down into a plethora of defenders. It was an opening that's not taken. Now a chance for Matt-Man. Oh, not the touch that they really wanted. No boost. It's hard to commit, but now there's a chance. This time they play it forward, and it's Hexy who gets the equalizer.
And you even called it, even foreshadowed it when you said Hexy seems to be all over the place there. Finally, that confidence comes through and is able to bring it back to 1-1. And maybe now we get to see a bit more of the signs of life from the rest of the team here at BWSC. But the Falcons, of course, I still feel like they're keeping their foot on the pedal. It's just finally Hexy is able to break through this time and give something back for BWSC.
As we see, Arrow pop it up, swing and a miss up high. Not able to follow that one through. Still 2.5 minutes to go as AJ Star goes back to Hexy. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Falcons are doing a good job controlling the middle of the pitch right now. They still should be on the attacking side. Looked like they were set up for a double commit, but Exa was able to stay on the play. This is very dangerous. Very dangerous right now. Exa keeps winning these 50s. Here comes the ball in front of the net. AJ Star was a little premature on that aerial.
Yeah, just didn't have the right spot for it. Hexy, though, was in better position, able to get that defensive place. That's, I'm not sure if that was the what he wanted, but we'll be fine there. There's going to be a player rotating back in time there with Arrow to make sure that doesn't go back down and obviously be a free shot. Matt-Man, though, gets it over the top again. This is the second time in quick succession that we've seen Matt-Man do these flicks. Love it when it comes on through as well. Good control there and just able to get it right above and beat AJ Star. That's what you need to have time and time again. This is now looking like it's going to be BWSC in control.
Yeah, still just under 2 minutes remaining. Falcons, what do you got to equalize? AJ actually has a chance on this one, but doesn't have it. Thought they had a better angle than what they did. Hexy's the one who gets to the ball first. Now it's on Exa. Exa should be the player from the Falcons we watch out for to make the comeback play happen. Mechanically, they've been the best on the pitch today, but they're not going to get the chance here.
Yeah, Lion, I felt like they could have gone for a much more safer clear. They choose to bring it down, and they do manage to get in the end there. That opens up an opportunity for them to bring in for the counter attack. Just Lion will push that back into the center here as well. AJ does a good job to push this one up and over. But now it seems there's going to be a bit of an attacking opportunity. No, they're not actually going to rotate in time for it. They're giving time here for BWSC to actually bring this back around, but they will catch them there beforehand in the corner. Good strike there by AJ, but it will be defended by Matt-Man. This is really going down to the wire.
Yeah, it is final minute. A goal could have sealed the deal for BWSC, but they're not going to get it on this attempt. Arrow, the one with the boost, but isn't going to go up for the ball. Matt-Man says, thank you kindly. I'll force you to play it into the corner, but it's a cheeky touch actually out of Exa that sets up Arrow. Whoa, just couldn't get to the ball.
Yeah, if it was a little bit quicker, would have definitely been able to beat the 2 players down below, but instead it falls short. AJ tries to bring it back into the center, but Exa doesn't want to have that anywhere nearby. We'll be able to follow it up once again. Another opportunity. Matman pushes that one to safety, out and towards the side of the field.
As we do see Hexy again going back more towards the middle. Lion underneath. Gets demoed, actually. So here we go, Falcons. 18 seconds. This probably will be their last attempt to get on the attack, yet they're too far forward. They can't get it across the midfield despite 0 defensive pressure. That was a mistake, Mendrix.
Yeah, that's unfortunate as well. And you can see now BWSC was striking onto it. They're keeping it, trying to keep it down low here on the side of the Falcons, and BWSC will be the ones to take this away.
Game 5, BWSC, get it done. What a series, what a match. Well done to the BWSC side for the Faith Redlands Falcons. A little bit of a disappointment right there. The number 2 seed will go down to the 3rd place match, but BWSC, they're advancing through. They get to play in the grand finals next week.
That was everything I wanted and needed in my life, Formal. That was a fantastic series. Both teams really rose to the occasion, but of course, BWSC really are the ones to shine out that little bit more. And yeah, like you said, we'll be going forward towards those finals.
Yeah, and that is going to be a fun thing to see, but we still got to figure out who our 3rd place match is going to be. So do stick around. We're going to be going to a break. When we come back, we got one more series for you all. So do please stay with us, and hopefully we will return a bit shorter than last time. welcome back, everybody. Look, I know we were excited for that third place match, but unfortunately, a bit of sadder news at the end of the day. Third place match will not be happening now. So it is going to be the end of our stream, only after 2 series, Mendrix. I know after that last banger, we were keen for a good one, but
I know.
it is how it is, and that's how it plays out. So yeah, this is kind of that awkward. Ooh, I just peaked my mic with that clap. This is kind of our awkward closing out.
Disappointment, but yeah, it's how it is. Sometimes it happens. Yeah.
No, but you know what helps soften the blow? Our sponsors.
I definitely do.
They love us. They're always here with us. Thank you for softening the blow.
They're always going to be the constant. And of course, AGON by AOC, the gaming monitor partner who provides the best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. Indomie, the noodle partner made with high-quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie meringue will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au. And last but not least, the AEL, in partnership with the Australian government, is promoting You've Got No Game When You Vape campaign. Do you know the harms and risks of vaping? For more information, head to health.gov.au/vaping. If you'd like help to quit, check out the My Quit Buddy app. It tracks your progress and helps you stay motivated, or call Quitline 13 78 48 and talk to a professional counselor for free and confidential advice about quitting.
Yeah, a big shout out and thank you to all of them, and thank you all for tuning in. Next week is going to be our final weekend of term 2 grand finals, and I imagine our players are actually going to be ready for that, so do come back. It's going to be a fantastic way to finish off the season. Mendrix, any final words? The
games were amazing today. You know, it may be a bittersweet ending, but man, that first part was absolutely sweet, and I can't wait to see what the finals bring.
Yeah, I'm excited for it too. I'm excited for lunch. No, so I got to run off and get some food, and I'm going to do a shameless self plug. All right, shameless self plug right here. 1v1s, they're happening again. Twitch.tv/formalcasting. This is the OCE RLCS stuff. Like, these are the big boys. I think I'm going to be doing the 2 upper bracket semifinals. So yeah, shameless plug right there. Go Raziers, all that fun stuff. We'll see you around. See you next week. Goodbye.